You're listening to the Wanderlust Swingers podcast with Aussie hosts Kate and Daryl. If you're curious about exploring your sexuality or the swinging, hot wifing and non-monogamous lifestyle, you've definitely come to the right podcast. Or maybe you just love travel adventures. Either way, we share our personal, sometimes juicy, sexy stories as well as swingers club and event reviews, interviews with other sassy people, and of course our global swinging adventures. We try to bring you a look into the diverse lifestyle that the swinging and non-monogamous community has. We hope you enjoy. Now let's get into the episode. All right, well, hey, let's start the podcast. So this is the Wanderlust Swingers podcast. I'm currently in the Jay and Angie of Average Swingers Household lounge room, and we are about to showcase a number of negative reviews. Now, if you guys have seen the Jimmy Kimmel kind of like bad tweets, negative tweets, tweet rants, that's kind of what this podcast is about. It's all about having a little bit of a fun with the bad reviews that podcasters invariably get. We all get them. We're not everybody's cup of tea. We fully appreciate that. And there are an absolute shit ton of swinging lifestyle or just sex positive lifestyle podcasts out there. And I would like to suggest that you guys go to swingershelp.com to find the list of like over 80, 100, whatever it is, of podcasters. If you're not happy with the podcaster that you're currently listening to, which could be me. But today's episode is a collective grouping of podcasters.
Anal.
What? Did you just meow? Oh, anal? Okay. It is a collective group of podcasters that are going to share some of their bad reviews with you guys. It's all in fun. It's a bonus episode. We just wanted to put this out there to kind of share in some of the hilarious back end that happens as lifestyle podcasters and kind of share a common not goal, I would say, but like a camaraderie with everybody to say, hey, we all get that bad reviews. But first of all, so I have some recorded audio coming up soon from WeGottaThing, Casual Swinger, Swinging Outside the Lines, Torrid Souls. But I am here with Jay and Angie of the Average Swingers podcast, podcasting since 2012, have 139 episodes. Let's hear some of their negative reviews.
From 3/19/17.
I think that's a date. Is that a date? Sorry. Hashtag negative review.
Don't listen. 1 star. Worst podcast to followed advice. If you like cussing, this is your podcast. Rather listen to WeGottaThing.
That's a pretty fucking shit hot fucking review right there, if I don't say so myself.
It works pretty good for WeGottaThing. It gives them a nice post.
I was doing the cussing. Did you get the whole...
I assume that was from Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones wrote...
Yeah, hey, Mr. Jones, stop leaving Average Swingers podcast negative reviews and then resending them to your podcast. We're on to you, buddy. We're doing it. Angie, what do you got?
That one? Mm-hmm. All right. So from December 18th, 2017. This show is fun, but hard to listen to due to very bad audio. When I can hear each person talking, it's great. Fix the audio, and I'll add some stars.
That's like a bit of a audio star cock tease right there, right?
Well, they gave us 3 stars. I mean...
3 stars ain't bad.
Yeah, right? 3 stars ain't bad.
3-star hotel in Houston ain't bad.
Yeah.
Yes. 3-star hotel in Houston is bad.
It ain't bad.
Ready for the next one?
But we got a 3-star in Dallas, so that's not good.
All right, I'm ready for the next one. What do you got, Jay?
6/5/18. No structure. 2 stars. No structure to conversation. If you want to listen to people ramble incoherently, this is the podcast for you. Those are people we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Yep. So right there, you heard it here, folks. If you're into rambling, incoherent podcasts, dial into the Average Swingers podcast. That's averageswingers.com. You can find all their stuff.
I'll read the bad stuff. We're supposed to read bad stuff, right? Okay. So August 5th, 2018. Fun podcast. Fun podcast. If you just want to hear a couple talk about their experiences and lifestyle, this would work for you. If you're looking for structure or straight to the point topics, stay clear.
So you guys are getting a lot of structure feedback. How do you feel about that?
I feel this is Jay's fault.
It's Jay's fault?
Yeah.
Everything's Jay's
structure.
fault. Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Hey, they're dead on.
They're dead on, yeah. You guys are doing a very good job on reviewing them because accurate.
So I just want to point out that we're not doing this for everybody's entertainment. We're doing this for our own entertainment. Did I ramble enough for that?
I'll return every penny they pay for the show.
Absolutely.
Penny, actually, just real quick though, pennies exist?
Yes.
How much is it worth?
1 cent. 1 cent. It's 1 cent.
1/100th of a dollar.
1/100. Yes.
Wait
Jay,
a second.
Look at you, Jay, getting it so correct.
Wait a second. So a penny is basically the metric system.
Yes.
Oh, Carry on. If you got a bad review, let's do it.
For 1919, yada yada. 2 stars.
Body yada 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 yada. Body yada 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 yada.
What she said.
That's not bad booty shit. Good job,
Good
Carrie.
job. Good job, Torkin. Bitch. Good job.
Yada yada, 2 stars. Self-absorbed fakes. Hard to listen to. I don't understand what he means by fakes.
Yeah, wasn't fake.
By the way,
bitches.
I assume that every review is written by a guy. That's the first one that I disagree with completely. I don't understand the fake thing. Literally talk about the shit we've done.
What are we faking?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand that part. The only thing we've ever faked is
An orgasm here and there?
or where things have happened.
Oh, yeah. Because that's not relevant to the story.
It's to save the...
And it's also not relevant to the story we want to tell.
So that's it, just fake?
Yeah, we're just fake.
That was a short one.
Short one, yeah.
All right, right here.
Pretty short.
Got it. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Rambling waste of time.
1 star.
1 star, February 2120. Oh, this is pre-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I hate podcasts that waste my time. If you're not ready to start recording with something to say that is pertinent and interesting, why start recording? And why didn't you edit that BS out? Tell me something interesting on this topic. Well, that's not right. Anyways, boring, delete, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
I feel like he can't even write correctly. Grammar?
Again, though, pretty apt, because you guys, I mean, Jay, you're known to start the podcast recording well in advance of when people are going to talk. So, again, if we're going back to accurate, like, true news, that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's spot on.
That's spot on, buddy.
With the exception of the interesting part.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to know what he finds interesting? I mean, he could be like Mickey and find pegging very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well, he could be like Mickey and just love anal and anal beads and anal butt plugs, anything anal related. He could be like Mickey in that way. And you don't know that because he's not like Mickey.
I don't know him. I don't know what he's looking for.
Right. But if it was Mickey, then you would absolutely 100% know.
Talk about pegging.
Anal.
Yeah.
Right. I get you. I understand.
Alan.
I understand what you're saying. Okay.
I want to read one. Can I read it? Disappointed. 2 stars. September of 20. I was expecting a far more organized and well put together podcast. I was told by long-term lifestyle couples that this was a couple of veteran swingers telling stories. Seems disjointed and chaotic. No real focus.
Well, they were right in what they were told.
But I want to read another one that I see here, and that would be fun. No, okay. Yes, they were writing what they were told, and we are very disjointed.
We are a veteran. Yeah.
Yes, so there was some accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are old fucking swingers at this point.
Yes.
How does it make you feel, though, like reading them? Does it make you feel upset, angry, laughing, don't care?
So can I say it makes me laugh out loud? Like, literally laugh out loud? Not only because I get that they wanted to give a review. I accept that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? I accept your option to give a review.
Okay.
My thing is that if it's a negative review, do you really want to waste your time to do that?
Yeah.
What I told another podcaster one time when he contacted me, and one of their first negatives, and it upset them, and they were talking to me about it, and I said, listen, anybody that writes a review, whether it be negative or positive, you have moved them enough to stop and take their time to write something.
To reply, yes.
So whether you move them negatively or positively, you touched them in a way that other people haven't.
Your 1 hour show took them 2 seconds to write a review.
Yeah, so those people who wrote us a 1-star review, I
applaud them.
I still got you to stop and take your time to write me a review.
Well, if nothing else, maybe it just cements what they really want out of the lifestyle in their mind. Do you know what I mean? And then they can go find that.
Yes. I think we're an elimination. It's an elimination thing. So I'm in the lifestyle. I'm current, whatever. We've been doing this for more than 10 years. So for them and what they're looking for, it is an elimination tactic. Mm-hmm. They're looking for a lifestyle podcast or a swinger podcast or a sex podcast that entertains them. We're not them. So we're just an elimination review for them, and that's it.
I honestly think most of the people who take their time to write a bad review said something that touched a nerve in them. Something that they don't like about what they've done what they don't like about themselves.
Okay, yep.
And it bothered them so much that they wanted to write a review about how much age
they felt a retort was required.
Which, if we go back far enough, I think I lost it when I had to switch over my thing. But one of the first reviews we got was somebody who was very upset with me because I said people from Arkansas are inbred. And I only say that because I live in Texas and people from Arkansas are inbred.
But wait. Mind you, when we lived in Ohio, people from Kentucky were inbred. Yeah. So Jay has this geographical breeding system, and it doesn't work for everybody.
Whatever. There's always one state that lives near you.
I understand it. It's like Tasmania in Australia has two heads. Like, it's unavoidable. I'm going to read mine. You ready?
Oh,
I'm ready. Can we comment on yours?
Oh yeah, please do. Okay, this was in August of 2019 from Australia. D, learn to shut up. 3 stars. Insightful podcast, really informative. C is delightful to listen to, empathetic, thoughtful, and fun. D, however, is so frustrating, always trying to be the funny guy, smartass, all-knowing. I struggle to finish an episode when D gets going. Sorry, C! Exclamation point.
They describe D good.
I know, right?
He is funny and all-knowing.
And he's a pilot.
He is a pilot, yes.
He does interrupt a lot, and that's something we've actually discussed.
That's because he's very...
Me and D are very similar because I interrupt a lot too.
Okay, so this
I'm interrupting
right now. This one is from actually this year. I need to go back a little bit. Actually, I just realized, but this one's from January of 2021. Pity, 3 stars. Good content, just so irritating that he cuts her off all the time mid-flow into a story or a scenario and keeps telling her to stop.
You got to do that because you cunts are just Jesus Christ.
We go ramble and ramble and ramble. Yeah, I'm a rambler. I'm not a rambling man, but I'm a rambling woman. So that works, right?
I'd like to point out that Kate's had to flip back through several reviews to find bad ones.
Over several years.
Where me and Angie are able to find them right off the bat. I mean,
yeah, here, and here.
Every third review was a bad one.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble here.
Yeah, I understand because you guys are so good, so excellent.
I'm gonna take credit for this, that you listened to us and learned how to fix shit.
Well, that's true because the first time we met Daryl, he's like, I don't listen to your shit because it's bad.
I'll tell you what, though, actually, starting...
Hopefully he still doesn't listen because it's still bad.
Starting your podcast, years and years ago, and then starting it now, what I will say is, I've learned so much stuff from just everything. You had no idea about naming titles or, SEO and stuff like that. I've learned all that shit. It's been good.
Yeah, so we started on phones, not equipment and microphones and all the... cool gadgets that are out there. They were there. We just didn't do that.
We started on an iPhone 4.
Was it a 4? That's how old we are.
I'm going to go to my phone. I'm going to do 2 devices right now. You can't even
find an old one on your tablet. Look at you.
You can't find hate.
Here, I will find hate. So I have one hate mail for Kate.
Hate for Kate?
Hate for Kate.
I actually...
That should be a hashtag. Oh, I created something.
I swear to God, no.
God damn it, you're too sexy. Stop it.
I stopped paying for
Kate's too sexy for her shirts. Too sexy for her shirts. So sexy it hurts.
Okay, wait. This is an interesting one. So this was from October 2020. Love the show, but 5 stars. The guy's a dick to his wife.
But you got 5 stars.
5 star.
What the hell?
That's excellent.
Oh, we figured out people don't know the star system, though, right?
Well, I think he's given me 5 stars, but he's given Daryl no stars.
Hey, Daryl's part of the podcast. You both get 5.
It's a couple 5.
So he's 5 stars, but Daryl's a dick to me.
Well, no, it's actually unfair as shit to guys because I've heard a lot of times how fantastic Angie sounds. She sounds so sexy. Jay should stop cutting her off. You should stop doing this. Let her tell her story. And I'm going... Yeah,
that's all I pretty much have. I don't have anything else to...
You're not good at the bad reviews. Should we
You guys are excellent.
We had more bad reviews.
We can go back further.
I did actually get a voicemail left to me recently, though. A lovely lady gave me a voicemail and gave me some advice about my relationship, and I thank her for that. So that was that, but I'm not going to...
Kudos. What did she tell you to do?
Leave Daryl, basically.
We need somebody...
and do what?
Fuck Jay.
Anal.
I don't... Alan.
Anal with Jay.
Anal.
Alan.
Sweet, sweet anal.
Okay. That has been... That has been negative reviews for lifestyle podcasters. Coming up, you are going to hear from Casual Swinger, WeGottaThing, Swinging Outside the Lines, Torrid Souls. Hit it up. actually, and also Black and Kinky podcast as well. They chime in about their negative reviews. So you're going to hear that coming up. It's all in fun, guys. Let's have a bit of fun with this. And what I will close out with, though, is saying that if you do like somebody's podcast and you think it's of value, take the time to either rate, review them, or drop them a message on email, whatever. It does nothing for people's ability to see your podcast. Like, that's not going to actually make your podcast go to the top of the tippy top of the tope, but it is nice to receive a nice podcast review. So if you haven't done it yet and you're listening to somebody out there like Black and Kinky podcast, do hit them up. Let them know that you value their time, value their podcast, rate, review them, give them some fucking love. And that's all I'm going to say right now before we close out. Jay and Angie,
we've only
anything
had
else?
hate, so you could really give us some love.
Also, Average Swingers, drop them some love.
It's been a while since we got love. We got a lot of hate.
Say, Jay is a sexy motherfucker.
And he's got a robo penis.
I don't believe you.
He has a robo penis. And
Kate's lying now. You should talk about how Kate's a liar.
life is short.
Party naked.
Bye, guys.
Hello, this is the Casual Swinger Podcast, and I'm Mallory.
And I am Mickey.
And I think we're here to do some mean reviews.
Mean reviews. Awful things people say about us.
Terrible.
But we're going to read them to you.
Yes. All right, so am I kicking this thing off?
Let's do this shit.
All right. Worth a listen. Not particularly my style of podcast, period. They do seem like a genuine LS couple. 1 star.
Oh, so genuine.
Womp womp, I think he just fat-fingered that.
This next one is one of my personal favorites. Obnoxious meets bad taste.
That's on our swinger profile.
I think that should be our new title. It's amazing how much the male half of this host duo just doesn't know when to shut up and let anyone else speak. No shit. It's like an epidemic where he thinks everything needs to be a joke, and he's the next Robin Williams, which he's clearly not. I do have to say, though, I am not the next Robin Williams.
There can be no other.
No, I'm the next David Carradine. I'm going out spanking it. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that bad taste for you, sir? How about during the waxing episode, he actually asked, "Is this a concentration camp? Get your asshole waxed, sir, and then call me." Just tell the stories of your experiences, please, and what's left of your audience will determine if things are funny or not. But at least things will be real, which will probably be a first.
Aw, we'll do some auditory porn later on.
Yeah, we'll get real.
Yeah.
I'm still trying.
My album's coming out soon. Sounds to spank it to.
Oh, nice. A little ASMR.
Yes. All right. It's my turn. Title is awful. So milquetoast. I'm not sure why that's an offensive term, but we'll go with it. So milquetoast and run of the mill, boring as hell. Might as well listen to repeats of Swinging Along. That's a 2-for-1 special, folks.
That's insulting to Swinging Along.
Yeah.
I mean, we're awful. We're trying to listen to these reviews.
Apparently, you should save the airspace.
Save the oxygen?
Yes.
For who? The chickens?
I don't know that your listening takes up airspace.
Poor guy.
It's okay.
That's all right. We've got one more for you, folks. One of my personal favorites, titled, and this person is a real wordsmith, content, period. Maybe he's just content. Perhaps I read that wrong. But the review says, "Thank you for the amazing content. 1 star. You're welcome. We're here to please. We do our best.
Yeah, anytime.
And that's it for us and all the mean things people say to us.
At least in the internet.
Right? Maybe
they say a lot of mean shit to our face, too.
That's true. Maybe we just don't look intimidating enough. We love you all. Enjoy the rest of these mean tweets.
Later.
I'm Mr. Jones.
And I'm Mrs. Jones from the WeGottaThing podcast.
And we're happy to be able to contribute some mean reviews. Kate,
We're happy?
Yeah, we're happy.
Well, you got to laugh versus cry, I guess, right?
I think it's good therapy. Plus, I always like to watch Jimmy Kimmel's Mean Tweets anyway. It's funny to watch people read bad tweets about themselves. So we thought it would be, well, first of all, if you haven't really made it in the podcast world until you get some
Until you have haters?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, obviously we have some.
So we're going to take turns reading these, and we hope that you enjoy them as much as we enjoyed receiving them.
Okay. The first one is short and not so sweet. And the title is Nothing Exciting Here. Not interesting, not thought-provoking, not exciting, really dull. For being one of the originals, it just doesn't stand the test of time. A lot of hype with absolutely no substance. Okay.
I have to laugh because you tell me I put too much substance in these podcasts.
I know. Oh, well, Can't please everybody.
No. All right, this one's most critical of me, so why don't you let me take this one? Just had to stop. This show is revered across the lifestyle. There's some passive aggressiveness in this one, too.
There's a lot of passive aggressiveness.
This show is revered across the lifestyle community, and that puts us in the minority. We find these two annoying and a bit contrived. We tried for a very long time, but sadly we had to stop. I don't know why you'd have to try for a long time. If you don't like it, you could have stopped a long time ago. Anyway, the Mr. comes off as trying too hard to be perfect and seems to be a know-it-all. The Mrs. follows along with a smile.
I guess I'm just a dumb blonde.
I guess so. Oh, and the Mr., back to me. The Mr. always seems to be overcompensating for something. They are probably very nice and even very hot, but very hard to listen to. Being one of the groundbreaking podcasts in this genre garners them a pardon, however.
I'm glad we've been pardoned.
I know.
But I'm obviously too dumb to understand what a pardon is.
Yeah, you just sit over there and smile. Let's move on before you...
Okay. Yeah. Nothing more than an infomercial. Sadly, this once amazing podcast has become one long infomercial for the Joneses community. I get that they are generating revenue, and that's okay, but the content has really gone downhill because of all the selling of everything they talk about. It's now just ridiculous. I would call our community anything but ridiculous.
No,
Enough said.
That's
Done.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. And lastly, this one is called So Boring. This podcast is exceptionally bland. It reminds me of cold oatmeal.
Ick. I wouldn't like it either.
I know. I feel like I'm listening to my churchy grandparents talk about their bedroom escapades NPR style. I have to give the guy credit for creativity. Apparently that's their thing. I just don't get it.
Well, we are grandparents. I don't know.
I know. We are kind of churchy too.
I know. And
I
like NPR.
Yeah. I think that one's pretty accurate. Churchy grandparents that talk about their bedroom escapades.
Yeah. We just happen to include others in our bedroom escapades.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So, do you feel any better after reading those?
I feel very neutral. Like, people are entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you don't like us, don't listen.
I know.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Podcasts are free. And I don't even have time to listen to the podcast that I really like.
I know.
I can't imagine spending a lot of time listening to over and over and trying.
A podcast I don't like.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's so many good ones out there that I just don't have time to fit in. I have to pick and choose.
Sense.
Anyway, that's us.
Anyway, here's our contribution, Kate, and thank you for putting this together. And we're really, really looking forward to hearing all the other ones so we don't feel bad about ourselves.
That's right.
Bye.
Hello, this is the Bomber
And the Bear.
from the Black and Kinky Lifestyle Podcast, and we are going to read some of our negative reviews and offer a bit of commentary. So thanks, Kate, for this one. So maybe this will be fun. So we're going to start with probably, I don't know if it was a negative review, but it wasn't a 5-star review. Mm-hmm. And so this review, I'll just read that. What, can you see this one?
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Privilege. I love the podcast. I found you guys a little over a year ago. I binged old episodes and caught up. I enjoy your tips, frankness, and overall fun you have as a couple. So back to privilege. I really don't know how to question the show. I feel bad for people can't get attention in order out of the lifestyle based on sexy privilege. What is that supposed to say?
I think it's supposed to say that I feel bad. She feels bad for people who can't get attention in and out of the lifestyle based on sexy privilege.
Okay. I believe there is truly someone out there for everyone. Now, how do you find them? Devil emoji. Keep up the good work.
Okay, so one. So I don't know if this was a super negative one, but this one. Do you remember the episode we did on sexual privilege? So this episode was basically talking about how attractive people don't have to do a ton of work in order to find partners.
Right. I mean, I think, again, that's the case in and out of the lifestyle. And there are studies that have shown that people that are more attractive do get more privilege, more favor, more preference. We were just calling it out.
Yeah. But I think, so I don't know if this listener was getting at this, but I think what they were saying was, they feel bad for people who don't have any of it. And we, in that episode, if I remember, we did not really have a ton of advice for people who didn't have sexy privilege. We did have some, and I would emphasize it to say, like, yeah, if you're not an award-winning painting, you're not going to get a lot of attention, but there are other things that you can do to get people to know you. Like we were just, talking about how when we get to know people, and they have good personalities and they're funny, they don't have to be super attractive, but we ended up playing with people because we got to know other parts of them.
Yeah. Or they're in the right place at the right time.
Oh, you know what I was thinking? I was like, so there's an attractive friend of mine, right? He has a 6-pack, light-skinned, tall or whatever. He could walk in a room, get all the attention. So let's say he's in there getting all the attention. And let's say Lil Wayne walks in.
Yeah.
Who's getting the attention now?
Lil Wayne, even though he looks like a troll doll.
He looks like a troll doll for real. Like that's not even an exaggeration. But because of his talent, because of his success, his fame, yeah. Now I'm not saying every ugly, but sorry, I said the ugly word. Not that every unattractive person without sexy privilege needs to, have like a dozen multi-platinum selling records, to get attention. But it's just to say, just because you don't look the part doesn't mean you can't make it.
Right.
So that's what I have to say about that. But we got some other, negative comments and we're going to have a little bit more fun with these. So somebody said, not a good representation. So I'll read this one out because it's very short. Please don't body shame men. Not enough education. Vulgar.
So is this all, I feel like this is all over the place, but I mean, yeah, we're vulgar. There's a rating on our show, so you know what you signed up for.
When I saw this comment, I was like, damn, maybe I need to go to church and confess my sins. Since I am so vulgar, somebody left a comment about it. Yeah. Damn. Not enough education, as somebody who considers themselves a scholar, this feedback just really hurt my feelings. Like, I want to be able to educate people. Somebody literally wrote this comment yo, I think I got dumber after listening to your podcast. And I'm like, shit, okay, we're going to read some books on pedagogy. And see if we can lay some knowledge down. And then the first part of it, please don't body shame men. Damn, I think they finally heard all the insults you had about my body, Bill. It wasn't feeling that. Must have been the episode where you were begging me to lose this belly. No. I think we have body shamed men quite a bit on this show.
That's probably very true.
But it's because men aren't trying.
They are. A lot of men do not try in the lifestyle. And it's not okay. It's not okay.
Putting on Piggly Wiggly t-shirts and shit.
Terrible.
All right. So
this is my actual favorite one. And I think I did actually do a rant about this next one before.
Well, why don't you read it out?
So, thumbs down.
It's a black thumbs down too. They made sure that they were going to color code this to let us know they were black.
1 star.
Damn.
As a newer black swing couple, I was excited thinking we could relate when I suggested the podcast to my partner. Only 4 episodes in, lots of negativity, hypocrisy, and kink shaming. The bell is extremely annoying.
Damn. Extremely annoying.
Extremely annoying.
Shoot.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You have some annoying moments.
I can't listen to the show because sometimes I'm like, damn, my voice gets on my own nerves. And I'm not gonna lie, there probably has been some kink shaming on the show. That's probably very accurate. Not intentionally though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. Not like maliciously.
I wonder what kink we shamed. Do you remember?
I don't know.
Like, I don't remember kink shaming. Like, I felt really bad about this one.
This one was old, so...
well, maybe when we first started, we said some ignorant shit.
Yeah, we probably did.
We were on some ignorant shit when we first started. We're sorry.
Oh, and then we talked about the hypocrisy thing. Yeah, like, we've grown and evolved, so our views on things may have changed. I don't think that's hypocritical.
We have to just normalize hypocrisy. Like, listen, if the president of the United States can be a hypocrite, like, I should be able to be a hypocrite too. Like, honestly, like, sometimes a motherfucker just changes his mind and just contradicts some shit he said earlier. Like, sometimes I was on some like, yo, guys need to make it to the gym. Now, after reading a lot of books and talking to a lot of guys, I'm like, yo, sometimes we go to the gym and nothing changes.
Yeah.
Okay? We look the same way. And, yo, some people can't work themselves out to a six-pack. Like, some people work out like crazy, but no matter what, they can't get taller. You know what I mean? So, no, there's been a bunch of hypocrisy. So, yeah, and there's going to be a lot more. We got a lot more where that came from. We're barely on our 70th episode. Boy, by the time we get
70th episode?
No, we're not there yet. I said barely. We're almost there though. But by the time we get to 100, I am sure we would have talked. We would have enough material for people to put on montage videos where we argue with ourselves and our own points.
I would have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I hope that there's a troll out there. I hope we get so popular that there's a troll out there that puts that shit together. That's when we know we made it. Yeah. Now, part of me always thought that this listener might actually be like white. But they wanted to really like stab us and like twist that knife and be like, no, let me just see what happens if they think this is this is coming from one of their own. But yeah, this was a fun one.
Hey, this is Belle.
And this is Adam.
Today we're reading our terrible reviews.
Okay, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to try not to cry. Ready?
I just want to point out this was Kate's idea.
This is all Kate's idea. She's trying to tear us down.
This is going to take a long time because our reviews are deep.
Read your negative reviews. See how much you suck. Okay. The first one from 1 year ago was a very, very poor 4-star review. So far, so good. Just started listening. It seemed like their sides of the story don't often match up. There's a lot of, oh yeah, I forgot between them, which makes me think it's probably not true to start, but I'm enjoying it anyways.
Okay, if this is not true to start, we need to like write fucking books because this stuff is money.
Right.
I mean, I want to say you can't make this shit up, but you could.
I have always wanted to do one episode
where you just totally make everything
that
up.
Was complete fantasy.
I don't think that we're that creative.
I've always wanted to do it.
I mean, I can lay out my fantasies for the world, but for you to participate in that fantasy and like play along, you're just not that good at ad-libbing.
No, I'm not. Okay, the next one you're going to read because it's about you.
Why do you guys have to pick on me? I'm a nice person. Ask anyone. I'm nice. Okay, this is a terribly rated 5-star review titled Good. I like the podcast a lot. The couple has great voices and stories. However, my biggest pet peeve is hearing the saliva clicking in the microphone when someone is talking. I hear it every time Belle talks. It's distracting.
Stop.
Sucking my tongue out at you. I can't help it. I have a permanent retainer in my mouth, which, doesn't help me at all with my different sounds that I make in the saliva. I apologize. I think it does add to sucking on cocks, though, because he sings nice and lubed.
And the last of our bad reviews is a 2-star review, which killed me. And
you were like a beat puppy dog after this one.
I upgraded all of our audio equipment and our editing platform.
You're a bit of a perfectionist, so it was bound to happen when someone complained.
I am. 2-star review.
Forced us to be better, so we should appreciate it.
Thank you, Barry Shirt 17. Terrible audio.
It was pretty bad.
It's a learning curve. Just a heads up, bad audio will prevent you from listening to even the best TV show, movie, radio, or podcast. Nobody enjoys having to max out the volume on their system to hear what's being said, only to get to the music bed show and get your ears blasted.
Oh, do you have to?
Strive for some consistency. You only do the show once a month, so it should be simple.
Should be. We're slow learners.
I am going to turn off all the sound leveling for that. Just, because I'm nice too.
No, you're not.
And those are our negative reviews.
I know they cut deep, especially that 5-star review.
Thanks, Kate, for emailing us and saying, you guys suck. Bye.
Bye.
So thanks, Kate, for having us join in on the podcast reviews episode. I'm Tori.
And I'm Soul.
And together we are Torrid Souls. We have one negative review.
I guess we're not very popular.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Well, we do have lots of other good reviews, so there are others. Anyway, you go ahead and read this.
But they say you haven't arrived until you've had really bad reviews. Then when people don't like you, you know that you've stirred up a lot.
Yeah, so have we stirred anything up?
I don't know.
Well, we did for this guy.
Apparently, Cool Willis is not happy with us.
He's not very cool.
No. Well, he thinks he's cool, Kuhl Willis. His review was entitled Awful.
With 1 star.
One star. No content, just ramblings.
What if rambling is our content?
He missed the point. Ramblings are our content.
And some people like our ramblings.
Yes.
Because I think actually when we got this, which was back in the beginning of 2020, we posted it on Twitter. And as a result, we directly got 2 or 3 good reviews of people trying to help balance it out.
So thanks, Cool Willis, for giving us some good reviews out of your awful, no content, just ramblings review.
It's actually funny because I think when we had put this on Twitter, Kate and a few other podcasters got in there and said, yeah, well, that guy kind of likes to put negative reviews on a lot of them. So I imagine some of the other podcasters in this episode we're going to hear from as well. And it'll be similar stuff. Cool Willis, you are not our audience.
Thank you for letting us know that.
So I do just want to take a moment and thank all of the podcasters that came onto this episode and shared their mean reviews, their mean tweets, and gave us a little bit of insight into what actually happens in the background by putting yourself out there so very vulnerably on a podcast. And actually, I'm recording this last section, this outro, on my phone right now because I wanted to make a point that not everybody can afford the $1,000 Rode board. Not everybody can afford elaborate mics, particularly when you first start out. And so, yes, some of those early episodes from many, many podcasters may be actually recorded on a phone. And so the audio is not that great. Swinging outside the lines, I'm looking at you, Adam. And I just wanted to kind of come on here and say thank you so much for listening. This was all in a little bit of fun. It is a bonus episode, but there is a takeaway here. There is something that I would like you guys to do that have just listened to this whole episode, and that is support the content creators that you either listen to, read, or consume in other ways. If there's somebody out there who is doing something that you think is valuable to your journey or your life, be it through audio or written word, let them know that they are helping you in some way. Many podcasters, many content creators, many bloggers actually spend a lot of their time creating content and they don't really get any kind of monetary value out of it. It's just because they legitimately want to help the community. Some people do have like a Patreon account or other ways that you can support them. So my takeaway for you guys, my actionable thing from listening to this entire episode right now on my phone is to please take a moment to either rate or review them, drop them a personal message, whether that's through their website or email or DM them on social media. Or if you do have a couple of dollars a month spare, consider actually supporting them on those platforms that they might be on, like Patreon. That does go a long way into helping them do things like, hey, upgrade their equipment to continue producing that content. It also gives them the warm and fuzzies. I'm not going to lie. Every single time we get a new Patreon supporter, I think, wow, you've spent that $5 a month on me. Thank you so much. And it really gives me warm and fuzzies. So please take a moment to do that. That's your takeaway today, guys. This has been a bonus episode from the Wanderlust Swingers podcast. But of course, I would be nowhere without my co-host for today, the Black and Kinky Lifestyle podcast, Casual Swinger, Swinging Outside the Lines, Torrid Souls, WeGottaThing, and of course, Average Swingers. They will all be linked directly in the show notes from today's episode, so please jump over, give them a listen, give them some props, give them some mad props, tell Jay he's sexy, whatever floats your boat. Otherwise, we will be back soon with our normal episodes. Thank you so much for listening to the Wanderlust Swingers podcast. Oh, and tip your waitress.